A cowboy adopts a lost Apache girl, only to find she's the daughter of a stunning Apache widow. The sun was sinking fast, bleeding red and gold across the endless Arizona sky. Jack McCall guided his horse down the narrow canyon trail, every muscle aching from a long day of herding cattle. The dry wind stirred dust and leaves, whispering secrets through the rocks. Then, faint but unmistakable, came a sound, a child's cry, fragile and desperate, lost amid the vast silence. Jack froze. He strained his ears, scanning the rocky outcrop ahead. Beneath a twisted mesquite tree, a small figure crouched low, trembling. Jack dismounted slowly, hands raised to show he meant no harm. "Hey, there, little one," he called softly. "You lost." The girl didn't answer. Her dark eyes were wide with fear, her thin arms wrapped tight around a small leather pouch. Jack could see her clothes were torn, and dust clung to her tangled hair. "Come on, you're safe now," Jack said gently, taking a careful step closer. After a long moment, she looked up and nodded. He led her back to his horse and wrapped his jacket around her shoulders as the desert night began to fall. Back at Jack's ranch, the house felt emptier than usual with the girl sitting quietly by the fire. She refused to speak English, only whispering words in a language Jack didn't understand. Jack watched her with a mix of concern and curiosity. "What's your name?" he asked. She hesitated but finally said, "Naeli." A local woman who knew Apache visited the next day and helped translate the fragments Naeli shared. A story of attack and loss, of running alone through the desert. Her village had been raided, her family taken or worse. Naeli had escaped, but nowhere was safe. Jack felt a protective instinct stir. He knew she couldn't survive out there on her own. Days turned into weeks. Naeli learned to trust Jack, slowly opening up as she grew stronger. She helped around the ranch, learning English word by word, but her eyes still carried the weight of what she'd lost. One afternoon, while Jack was in town, he met a woman who stopped him in his tracks. Elena, tall, graceful, and radiating quiet strength, stood beneath a large cottonwood tree. Her dark eyes seemed to see right through Jack, and when she spoke, her voice held a deep sadness. She was an Apache widow, raising a daughter lost years ago during a violent raid. Jack felt a knot tighten in his chest as he told her about Naeli, the lost girl he'd found. When he described the silver feather pendant Naeli wore, a family heirloom Elena thought was gone forever. Her hands trembled. "Could she be my daughter?" Elena whispered. Jack arranged a meeting between Naeli and Elena at the ranch. The moment Naeli saw Elena, something shifted. Tears welled in both their eyes as they embraced. A reunion years in the making. Elena shared stories of her husband, taken too soon, and of her daughter, whom she'd never stopped searching for. Naeli listened, her heart aching with memories she barely understood. Jack watched quietly, the bond between the three growing stronger with each passing day. Elena began spending more time at the ranch, helping care for Naeli and supporting Jack. Slowly, she and Jack discovered a connection deeper than friendship, a shared respect and a quiet longing neither had expected. Naeli thrived in their care, finding comfort in the love surrounding her. She learned about her Apache heritage from Elena, weaving the past into her new life. The ranch, once a solitary place, blossomed into a home filled with hope. But the past wasn't done with them. Word spread on the nearby reservation about Naeli's return, stirring suspicion and old wounds. One evening, a group of men arrived, their faces stern and voices hard. They challenged Jack's claim over Naeli, warning of trouble if she stayed. Jack stood firm. "She's family," he said quietly but with unwavering strength. Elena stepped forward, her voice calm yet powerful. "Naeli belongs here. She belongs with us." The standoff was tense, but eventually the men backed down, respect earned through honesty and courage. As months passed, Jack and Elena's relationship deepened. They shared quiet evenings beneath the stars, speaking of dreams and healing. Their love was steady and unspoken, but undeniable. Naeli flourished, her laughter returning, her spirit healing in the warmth of family. Together, they faced the future, a family born from loss, united by love and hope. The desert sunrise painted the sky in shades of pink and gold as Jack, Elena, and Niley stood side by side on the ranch porch. The land that had once felt lonely now felt alive with possibility. Jack wrapped an arm around Elena, glancing down at Niley playing nearby. The lost girl was no longer lost. Their past, marked by pain and struggle, had led them here, to a place where love and family could grow against all odds. And beneath the vast Arizona sky, they found home,